not great, and okay.
Yeah, you know, it kind of sucks I can't write.
Why can't you write? Oh,
Yeah.
what happened?
Well, I broke my finger 3 weeks ago. It's still healing.
Oh.
Wrestling.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you land on it wrong or something?
Yep. Exactly that.
Ouch. So our agenda for today, we're going to start with some homework questions from you guys. We'll talk about the test format. I'm going to give you guys some time to work on your Delta Math, or if you finished your Delta Math, you can work on your the test review. We'll do the quiz, and if you finish the quiz, when you finish, you can go back to your reviews or your Delta Math. So let's say at 2 o'clock, we'll just stop what we're doing, however far we've gotten and stuff, and we'll do the quiz then. Give you a chance to do a little bit of practice on your own before we take the quiz. Everybody feel good about that? So we'll start with questions from you guys. Questions from the homework. Ryan.
I don't have one from the homework, but
Oh,
can you do
sure.
the side one? Like the second section of Delta Math.
Yeah. So I'll just pull a side from here. Well, this is just like homework problem 15. Is that okay with you? So the first thing I need to do is I need to check to see if this problem is even possible. Not every side situation results in a triangle. So my first check here is to make sure that the sum of the two legs is greater than the hypotenuse. So my hypotenuse is the longest side, and 12 plus 15 is definitely bigger than 20, so I'm good there. And what I'm going to do, I have enough information to find angle A, angle B, or angle C. The question is, does the order in which I solve these angles matter? The answer is yes in a side situation. So I want to find the biggest angle first, which I know is going to be angle C because side C is the longest side. So I'll set up my law of cosines. So C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cosine angle C. To get cosine C by itself, I'm going to subtract 12 squared and 15 squared from both sides. And then I'm going to divide by the coefficient on cosine C, so that's that negative 2 times 12 times 15. And then we'll do cosine inverse of both sides to get rid of the cosine. And that's now calculator time. So I'll cosine inverse. And then my suggestion when I'm typing this into my calculator, use alpha y equals to write it so you can write it just like the fraction is on your sheet of paper. Alpha y equals, and pick option 1 will give you the fraction bar, so you can type this in exactly like it looks on your sheet of paper. Because you'd have to be real careful with your parentheses otherwise, and just like, it's a hassle, right? Like I'd rather just be able to type it in my calculator like I have it written on my sheet of paper. So I'm going to just do it that way. Is that okay, Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's my answer, 9494. Now, if I want to continue going, I don't remember on the delta math if they just ask you to find the angle or if they want you to keep going after that, but we'll just keep going and solve this problem. So now we have still defined angles A and B. Does it matter which one I do next now? Yes. I want the smallest angle next, and I can tell that's going to be angle A, because side A is smaller than side B. And I'm going to use the law of sines now to do this. So I'm going to have sine of C over C equals sine of A over A. Oops. And A is 12. Okay, with that. So solve the law of sines, will cross multiply. So that gives me 20 sine A equals 12 sine 94.94. I'll divide both sides by 20 and take the sine inverse of both sides. So a little algebra there. And again, I'm going to use that fraction command so I can type this in just like it looks like on my sheet of paper. I'm even going to use the ants command so I can just take all the decimal points from my previous answer without having to type them all in. So I get 36.71. That's my value for angle A. And now that I have two of the three angles, angle B's a piece of cake, I can just do 180 minus the other two and I'm good to go. I don't remember on the delta math if they just wanted, like, if they ask you for one specific piece of it or if they ask you to, like, do a whole bunch of it. So 4835 is that answer. Does that feel okay, Ryan?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Nathan.
28.
28? Sure. So I'm going to start by drawing a picture so I can tell which situation I'm in. So I can tell this is a side angle side situation. So I can use the area formula 1/2 xy sine z. So I'm just going to do 1/2 31 times 18 times sine 123. And that's it, home. We're done with that guy. 1 times 18 times sine 123. And I get 233.99. And I guess these would be units squared, since it's an area, but I didn't give a specific unit for the problem. Does that feel okay? So the big catch there was recognizing which situation we're in, so we used the appropriate formula. Since I knew I had two sides in an angle just by looking at it, really I'm trying to decide is it side angle side or side side angle. If it was side side angle, I'd have a lot of extra work to do. But since it's side angle side, it's like ready made to just plug into the formula. I don't know that there's a side side angle one on here, to be honest with you. And it's not something I'd expect you to be able to do. But it just means that if you add a side side angle, basically you have to solve the triangle first. so that you have the side angle side situation to plug into the formula. Because you'd have something like so you'd have like A, C, and then angle A. So you'd have to solve for angle B in order to plug this in. Unfortunately, with this, it's like the last thing that you find on a side angle side is that angle B. So it's just like a big hassle where I have to solve the triangle before I can plug it into the formula. But that's all, I mean, that's all you would have to do. Does that, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which again, like, I don't think I asked you to do because it's just tedious, right? Like, just tedious. Ava. Sure. Okay, so it asks 0, 1, or 2 triangles. So I'm going to just start by drawing my picture. So I recognize, is this side angle side or side side angle? Side side angle. I can tell because the two given angles or the two given sides don't make up the angle, right? So that's side angle side, okay? In a side angle side, what I need to do is first check the given angle. So angle A is acute. When the given angle is acute, one of two things can happen. I have one triangle if the side opposite my given angle, which in this case is A, is the bigger of the two given sides. That's not what we have though, because 29 isn't bigger than 31. And then we have 0, 1, or 2 triangles if the opposite is going on, if side A is less than side C. So to figure out which one I have, what I'm going to do is set up the law of sines. So to say sine 43 over 29 equals sine of angle C over 31. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out the value for sine of C. Not angle C, but sine of C. So I cross multiply. And then divide by 29. And that's what I'm going to type into my calculator. Now, if this number is greater than 1, that tells me there's no triangles. If that number is equal to 1, that tells me there's one triangle. And if that number is less than 1, that tells me there's 2 triangles. So let's see which situation I ran into here. So that number is less than 1. So we have 2 triangles. Keep in mind that the SSA is the only situation where you can get 2 triangles. And only when the angle is acute can that happen. So you can look down at these right away. Can't have 2 triangles, can't have 2 triangles, can't have 2 triangles. I can tell right away just because they have obtuse angles in them. Which is kind of nice to just from jump already know that you're talking about either 0 or 1. Correct. It can. It doesn't necessarily mean it will, but it can have 2 triangles. That's the only time it can have two triangles. Yes, exactly right. Now there's some more checking we have to do to figure that out, but that situation where it's side angle, the given angle is acute, and the side opposite, the given angle is the shorter of the two givens. That's what we call the ambiguous case, where we have to do that extra step of analysis and find the value for sine of, sine C or whatever it was in this problem. And that's the only situation where it's ambiguous. Anything else I can figure out just by looking at the givens. Any other situation. That's the only one that requires further calculation. What do you guys think? Are we doing okay? You ready to talk about the test format? If you have more questions, that's okay too. Just let me know what you need. Or just be really quiet and not say anything. It's okay too. All right. I'll go test format then. I don't know why I'm writing this. Let me just type it, right? Oh boy, that's small. All right. So first 4 questions. You need to identify, the type of problem. So like angle, side, angle, angle, side, etc. And the number of triangles for that problem. So again, the number of triangles could be 0, 1, or 2. Everybody's cool with that? I have 2 questions to solve the triangle. I have 2 area of the triangle questions. Then I have 1 solve for a 2 triangles situation. So I tell you that there's 2 triangles and I ask you to find the 2 sets of solutions. So this is just like, in the homework, what was it? It was like problems 11 through 14, where I've told you that there's a 2 triangle situation and you just need to find the 2 sets of answers. That's it. That's the test. Any questions about format here?
Can we go over how to do the area of the triangle?
Yeah, so there's just 2 formulas, right? You have the side angle side formula, where for like some triangle ABC, you can say that. And then you have the side formula, or again, for some triangle ABC, we can say this, where S is half of the perimeter. That's it. You're just plug in the formula. Nope. Is that good or bad? Oh, okay. Corey, that's good? That's what you needed?
Yeah.
So again, the area problems are like hugely just like plug it into the formula. Just make sure you get the letters in the right spot. And you recognize which situation you're in. What do you guys think? Does that feel okay? Okay. So we got, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes or something. You guys, I made a Delta Math assignment. So if you go into your Delta Math and you look, I think it's called Chapter 7 or whatever. Right? So that's set to be due Sunday.